If you've ever felt drained, anxious, or worse about yourself after spending time with certain friends, they're not real friends. There are 7 specific types of toxic friends who will systematically ruin your mental health, self-esteem, and life progress. By the end of this video, you'll recognize these patterns and know exactly who to cut from your life. Let's reveal who's destroying you disguised as friendship. Welcome back to Behind the Mind, where we explore psychology, relationships, and protecting your well-being. Today, we're revealing the 7 types of toxic friends you need to run from, not because you're being dramatic, but because these people will genuinely ruin your life. This isn't about cutting off everyone or being paranoid. This is about recognizing specific behavioral patterns that are fundamentally toxic and incompatible with genuine friendship. These people drain your energy, damage your confidence, sabotage your success, and provide nothing positive in return. The psychology is clear. Not everyone who calls themselves your friend actually has your best interests at heart. Some people are using you, others are competing with you, and some are actively sabotaging you while smiling to your face. These patterns are backed by psychology research, social dynamics studies, and relationship science. If you recognize these types in your life and create distance immediately, you'll protect your mental health, energy, and future success. Let's identify who to eliminate. Type 1. The energy vampire. Constantly negative, complaining endlessly, and draining your emotional energy while never reciprocating support or positivity. The pattern? Every interaction leaves you exhausted. They dump negativity, complain constantly, and suck the life out of you without ever offering support, positivity, or energy in return. What this looks like: always complaining about their life, never asks how you are or cares about your problems, dumps negativity without checking if you have capacity, resistant to solutions, prefers to stay miserable, brings down the mood of any room they enter. You feel exhausted after every interaction, never reciprocates emotional support. Why this ruins you? Constant exposure to negativity impacts your mental health, mood, and outlook. You become their emotional dumping ground, depleting your energy reserves. The research? Studies show that prolonged exposure to negative people increases stress hormones, decreases life satisfaction, and negatively impacts mental health. Observable effects? Your mood drops when you see their name calling. You dread spending time with them. You feel responsible for their happiness. Your energy is constantly drained. You receive nothing positive from the friendship. The one-sidedness? You support them endlessly, but when you need support, they're unavailable, dismissive, or make it about themselves. The victim identity? They're addicted to being the victim and will sabotage any improvement to maintain that identity. What to do? Set boundaries on emotional availability. If they can't respect limits or reciprocate, end the friendship. You're not their therapist. Bottom line, the energy vampire will drain you emotionally and mentally while giving nothing back. They're parasites, not friends. Type 2. The green-eyed competitor. Secretly jealous of your success, competing with you instead of supporting you, and subtly undermining your achievements. The pattern? They see your friendship as competition. Your wins make them feel like they're losing. They can't genuinely celebrate your success and often subtly sabotage or diminish it. What this looks like? Can't genuinely celebrate your achievements, minimizes or dismisses your successes, competitive about everything, relationships, career, appearance, feels threatened by your growth or happiness, makes backhanded compliments disguised as support, tries to one-up you constantly, secretly hopes you'll fail. Why this ruins you? Competition disguised as friendship prevents genuine support. They're actively rooting against you while pretending to care. The research? Studies on friendship qualities show that envy and competition destroy trust and create toxic relationship dynamics. Observable behaviors? Changing the subject when you share good news, highlighting negatives in your achievements, comparing themselves to you constantly, feeling better when you're struggling, undermining you to others subtly, copying you but getting upset if you succeed more. The jealousy signs? That's nice, but followed by diminishment. You're so lucky instead of acknowledging your effort, bringing up your failures when you share success, competing over things that shouldn't be competitive. The sabotage? They may actively undermine you, spreading rumors, giving bad advice, or creating obstacles to your success. What to do? Real friends celebrate your wins genuinely. If someone can't be happy for you, they're not your friend, they're your competitor. 3. The chronic user. Only contacts you when they need something, takes constantly but never gives, and disappears when you need them. The pattern. The friendship is completely transactional and one-sided. They use you for favors, money, connections, or emotional support, but are nowhere when you need them. What this looks like. Only calls when they need something, always asking for favors, money, or help. Disappears when you need support or help. Never reciprocates or gives back. Keeps score and reminds you of small things they did. Uses your resources, connections, or time freely. Ghosts you until next time they need something. Why this ruins you? You're being exploited. Your time, energy, money, and resources are being extracted without reciprocity. The research. Studies on reciprocity show that one-sided relationships create resentment, reduce self-worth, and cause relationship failure. Observable patterns. Texts only start with requests or needs, never there for your important moments, always has excuses when you need them, takes your generosity for granted, gets offended if you say no or establish boundaries, keeps taking until you have nothing left. The manipulation. They may guilt trip you. I thought we were friends when you refuse, but they're never there when you need them. The parasitic dynamic. They attach to people with resources and drain them until there's nothing left, then move to the next victim. The test. Try needing something from them. Watch how quickly they become unavailable or make excuses. What to do? Stop being available for takers. If the friendship is only one direction, it's not friendship, it's exploitation. Bottom line, the chronic user sees you as a resource to extract, not person to value. Cut off the parasitic relationship immediately. Type 4. The constant critic. Always pointing out your flaws, disguising cruelty as just being honest, and systematically destroying your confidence and self-esteem. The pattern. They mask meanness as just being honest or keeping it real, but they're actually tearing you down systematically. What this looks like. Constantly criticizing your appearance, choices, relationships, points out your flaws but never your strengths, disguises insults as constructive feedback, makes you feel bad about yourself consistently, never has anything genuinely positive to say, compares you negatively to others, uses brutal honesty as excuse for cruelty. Why this ruins you? Constant criticism destroys self-esteem, creates self-doubt, and makes you feel worthless over time. The research shows that psychological studies show that chronic criticism from close relationships significantly damages mental health and self-perception. Observable behaviors. Every compliment comes with a but, focuses on negatives while ignoring positives, makes you feel small and inadequate, criticizes things you're excited about, points out insecurities you're sensitive about, never builds you up, only tears you down. The disguise. They claim they're just being honest or helping you improve, but real friends build you up while being honest, not destroy you systematically. The internalization. Over time, you start believing their criticisms and adopting their negative view of yourself. The comparison. Notice they don't criticize themselves with the same harshness, they reserve it for you. What to do? Friends should make you feel good about yourself. If someone consistently tears you down, they're not your friend, they're your bully. Bottom line, the constant critic destroys your self-esteem under guise of honesty. Real friends build you up, not systematically tear you down. Type 5. The drama magnet. Constantly surrounded by chaos, pulls you into their mess, and creates problems that become your problems. The pattern. They're always in the middle of some crisis, conflict, or drama. Being friends with them means being dragged into their constant chaos. What this looks like. Always has some dramatic situation happening, pulls you into their conflicts and problems, creates drama where none exists, thrives on chaos and can't handle peace, makes you deal with the consequences of their choices, involves you in feuds and fights with others. Your life becomes dramatic by association. Why this ruins you? Their chaos becomes your chaos. You get pulled into problems, conflicts, and stress that have nothing to do with you. The research shows that exposure to chronic drama and conflict increases stress, anxiety, and negatively impacts mental health. Observable patterns.
can't maintain any peaceful relationships, always fighting with someone, creates problems then demands you fix them, gossips and stirs conflict between people, makes mountains out of molehills, uncomfortable when things are calm, needs crisis to feel alive. The addiction. They're addicted to drama and intensity. Peace and stability bore them, so they create chaos. The guilt trip. When you try to distance yourself from their drama, they accuse you of abandoning them in their time of need. The exhaustion. Being around constant drama is mentally and emotionally exhausting. You become stressed and anxious by proximity. What to do? You can't save someone addicted to chaos. Stop being available for takers. If the friendship is only one direction, it's not friendship, it's exploiting. Bottom line, the drama magnet will pull you into endless chaos and conflict. Their constant crisis becomes your constant stress. Type 6. The fake friend. Nice to your face but talks behind your back, betrays your trust, and is only around for what they can get. The pattern. They smile to your face while stabbing you behind your back. They're performative friends who betray trust and loyalty. What this looks like. Says one thing to you, another behind your back. Spreads your secrets or gossips about you. Talks negatively about you to others. Only friendly when they need something or around others. Betrays your trust repeatedly. Two-faced behavior. Sweet with you, mean about you. Uses your vulnerabilities against you. Why this ruins you. Betrayal from someone you trusted destroys your ability to trust others and damages your reputation through their gossip. The research shows that trust violations from close relationships cause significant psychological harm and trust issues. Observable signs. Others tell you things they said about you. Information you shared privately becomes public. They're overly nice when they want something. You feel like you can't trust them with anything real. They throw you under the bus to look better. Loyalty is conditional and transactional. The discovery. Often you find out they've been talking badly about you the whole time while acting like your best friend. The motivation. They're friendly for access, information, social status, or what you can provide, not because they actually like or respect you. The pattern. They do this to everyone, talking about all their friends behind their backs. What to do? If someone talks badly about everyone else to you, they're talking badly about you to everyone else. Cut them off. Bottom line, the fake friend betrays your trust while pretending to care. They're using the friendship facade for access and information.
Type 7. The saboteur. Actively undermines your goals, gives terrible advice on purpose, and wants to keep you at their level or below. The pattern? They don't want you to grow, succeed, or improve because it threatens them. They actively sabotage your progress. What this looks like? Discourages your goals and dreams, gives bad advice disguised as looking out for you, tries to keep you in bad habits or situations, gets upset when you try to improve yourself, undermines your confidence before important events, introduces you to distractions or bad influences, celebrates your failures, and discourages your ambitions. Why this ruins you? They're actively working against your success and growth. Having them in your life prevents progress. The research? Studies show that social environment significantly impacts goal achievement. Unsupportive or sabotaging relationships predict failure. Observable behaviors. Are you sure that's a good idea about your goals? Pointing out all the ways you'll fail, encouraging you to give up or not try, getting distant when you start succeeding, bringing up your past failures, offering to help in ways that actually hinder. The motivation? They want you at their level. Your growth makes them feel inadequate, so they keep you down. The subtle sabotage? Scheduling distractions during important preparation times, undermining your confidence. You're not really goal-type person. Encouraging bad habits they know harm you. Spreading doubt to others about your capabilities. The crabs in a bucket. When crabs are in a bucket and one tries to climb out, others pull it back down. That's this friend. What to do? Surround yourself with people who want to see you win. Anyone actively sabotaging your success is your enemy, not your friend. Bottom line, the saboteur actively undermines your success and growth. They want you to stay down so they don't feel left behind. Here's the brutal truth. Not everyone who calls themselves your friend actually is one. Some people in your life are actively harming you. Why these friendship types ruin you? All 7 types share toxic traits. Take without giving back. damage your mental health and confidence, create stress, drama, or negative energy, don't have your best interests at heart, use, exploit, or sabotage you, prevent your growth and happiness. The cost of keeping toxic friends? Drained energy and emotional exhaustion, decreased self-esteem and confidence, stress, anxiety, and negative mental health impact, wasted time on people who don't value you, sabotaged goals and prevented success, damaged reputation from their behavior. The friend audit. Ask yourself about each friend. Do I feel better or worse after spending time with them? Do they genuinely celebrate my wins? Do they reciprocate support and care? Can I trust them with vulnerable information? Do they encourage my growth or hold me back? Would they help me if I needed them? Do they add value to my life or drain it? What to do? Recognize the patterns. Identify which toxic types are in your life. Set boundaries, limit contact and emotional investment. Observe their response. Toxic people get worse when you set boundaries. Distance yourself, gradually or immediately depending on severity. Cut them off. Some friendships need to end completely. Protect your peace. Your mental health matters more than fake friendship. Choose yourself. So there you have it, 7 types of toxic friends you need to run from before they ruin you. From energy vampires to saboteurs, these patterns destroy your mental health, confidence, and success. Recognition is protection. Which type have you dealt with or cut off? Drop the number in the comments. And if this helped you recognize toxic friendships or gave you permission to protect yourself, hit that like button and subscribe to Behind the Mind for more psychology, relationships, and mental health protection. Remember, you're not being mean by protecting yourself from toxic people. You're being wise. Real friends lift you up, support your growth, reciprocate care, and add value to your life. Anyone doing the opposite isn't your friend. They're your problem. Cut them off without guilt. Your peace and mental health are worth more than fake friendship.